Hello, my name is Susie and I am preparing my food for the week, food prepping. I am in current prep mode for my second bikini competition. I got a new coach, I got new food plan, new workouts, and I'm pretty much in week one. I'm preparing for week two. It's a little different than my first prep. Just have more food options as far as versatility. My coach is giving me options for protein shake, chicken, beef, or tuna for a lot of my meals. And so I can just pick the protein, and then for carbs, I can have rice cakes, rice, or potatoes, and he gives me the amounts. So I can kind of take the protein, the carb, and the fat, and the fat is usually natural peanut butter or avocado. I'm trying to think what the other one is. Anyway, I am food prepping some potatoes right now. He says do not use the air fryer. So I guess it changes the molecular weight of the food. So using the real oven, I have some chicken in there right now, and I'm actually cooking some lean ground turkey back here. So current goals are to do a show this fall. Right now, as I'm filming this, it's June 2023. So if you want to come with me in my prep process as I transform myself and go through the whole food making process of what I'm eating, what I'm working out. Work out 6 days a week. I'm currently at 40 minutes cardio in the morning before my first meal. And then I have my first meal. I have 5 meals a day, and I had the option to have 6 or 5, and I have 5. And right now in the beginning, carbs are high, calories are pretty high, so I'm eating pretty often and I feel pretty full. So pretty excited to see the transformation over the next few weeks. Every week is something, send in progress pictures. So you start to see incremental changes, and it's not always just showing up on the scale. So those progress pictures really help a lot. But I'm expecting a 14 to 16 week prep for a competition. So let's go on this journey together and see what happens. A lot of pepper. So I'm gonna show you just a little bit of how I'm arranging my meal. I have vegetables as an option. There are vegetables on my approved list, which are green beans, broccoli, kale, cabbage. There's several. What isn't on the list? Zucchini, which is my favorite. So I've got green beans for one of my meals, and I did broccoli for another one. I love asparagus. It's so expensive. That's definitely approved though, on my approved list. So I've just put out like an amount, because there isn't a specific amount. It just says veggies are optional. So I just put in probably a cup or so of vegetables. I did air fry them because they're optional. So it doesn't matter what the molecular weight is. So I have my food scale. Hopefully you can just get a food scale on Amazon for $10. You make sure, and there's different ways. It will measure grams, ounces, or, well, that's the main stuff. So for this, for meat, I'm allowed 5 ounces of lean ground turkey. So when you turn it on, you want your tray on there already so that it zeroes out any other weight. So it is zeroed out. And then you get your meat. I'll show it here, how you can show how it adds the weight. I don't know if you can see. So I'm going to just scoop it out till it says 5 ounces. My oven is chirping. 2.7, 3.7, 4.7, so I'm getting closer. 5. Okay. So I've got my 5 ounces. The next thing I'm going to add to this is some potatoes. And I'm allowed 4 ounces of potatoes. So my potatoes are in the oven, and then I'll add that to this. This is going to be a really filling meal. 5 ounces of meat, half a cup of veggies, and 4 ounces of potatoes. So it's eating good. Prep food, it's so good. So just because it's prep, I mean, you're eating the bulk of your food. It's just filling. It's real food. We call it one ingredient food. Oh, there's my chicken. Because there's no other ingredient. It's just green beans, meat, potatoes. Like, you don't need a bunch of other food that has preservatives and other fillers and stuff in it. So it's just real food. Real food fills you up. So if you just do the prep work for your week, whether you're doing a competition or not, like this meal is probably 300, 350 calories, and it's gonna fill me up forever. In fact, I have one more meal to eat tonight, a beef meal tonight, and I'm still full for my chicken meal. So it's just a lot of good protein. It's a very low fat diet on prep, but I mean, it's good food, and you can pick the vegetables you like, the protein you like. It's just not that hard. It's just a matter of deciding to do it and then doing it. Weekly check-in with a relaxed state posing. Front relaxed, arms up, and then side and back. And of course my cat has to be in on the action. So this is how we mark our progress. We take a look. The scale is great, but photos really say it all. So this is actually week 2, and I do this every Tuesday, and it really helps to put some side by sides and see the difference in what's shaping up, and then a few poses so you can kind of get a feel for how everything progresses. And I just take some screenshots and send them to my coach, and he just evaluates based on that. And I like to just check in at the gym. I was feeling a pretty good pump this night. It was like 10 p.m., but feeling good. Just a little tip for meal prepping. I do not prep my whole week's food in one day. I just do a little bit every day. So right now I already have meat ready to go, but I need vegetables and rice done. So I can just do a little bit today, and then in a couple days when I need more meat, all my vegetables and rice are done, and I just need to thaw out meat and cook meat. So the key is just knowing ahead of time what you want to eat and having it on hand. And then you just see what you're running out of and you make that instead of doing it all one day, all those dishes. It's just incrementally better to do a little bit every day. Getting in those good gym workouts. Everything is to failure. This is like 10 p.m. at night again, just putting in the long hours and pushing myself as hard as I can so I can get as good as I can given the time that I'm putting in. Well, it's 10 at night and I just finished leg day. My morning started at 4 a.m. with cardio, fasted cardio before I had to be at work at 6:30, and worked for 12 hours and went back and did my 2-hour leg day. And now it is 10:16 and I am just pulling it. It's Friday night, luckily, so end of the week, but it's super gratifying. It's a privilege to be able to prep, that I embrace the hard. I enjoy it instead of complaining about it. Like, this is what I wanted, and it's a privilege to be in a position to be able to do this. And the hard is what I'm here for. I really love it. I thrive off of it. So when it's hard, I just kind of go, yes. And I was kind of tired for a sec. Not gonna lie, pre-workout helps, but I just tell myself energy, energy, energy. and it changes my energy. And I get to the gym, I see the people that I love to see, and I love the workout. And so I'm in it. I love it. This is what I am doing it for, is the process. The end result's great, but I just love the journey. Hey, I'm just putting together one of my meals. I'm going to the lake, and you always want to have your next meal or two ready with you. And I'm having cottage cheese. I could have tuna. I'm gonna have cottage cheese. And one of my favorite things to put on it is everything bagel seasoning. Tastes so good. And then I can have cucumbers, just whatever amount. So I just like to use it like the cottage cheese as a dip, and just kind of use them as chips and dip. So I can have a whole cup of this, a whole cup of low-fat cottage cheese. So I've got my scale on. I'll show you here. I'll zero it out. And things are going really well. I'm like, I'm prepping for my 3rd week. And the scale has changed. Like, the thing you want to do is weigh every day, because you want to take an average, because, you know, weight fluctuates. It goes up and then down, and up and down, but it trends down. And so over the 3 weeks, I've lost between 2 and 4 pounds, somewhere in there. You know, and girls and their hormones and things, it's just a lot, but it does trend down. So you want to weigh every day so that you can take the average and just see how it's going. And don't get too attached to it, and just stick with the process and know that you're doing everything right, and it's gonna go where it's supposed to go. Still been getting up in the morning and doing my fasted cardio. I'm still at 40 minutes, but I know that's gonna go up here pretty soon. As prep goes, you just keep increasing cardio, and then eventually decreasing also the carbs and the calories. I'm at about 170 of protein a day, so it keeps you pretty full for a long time. So I eat every 2 to 4 hours, whatever I can kind of manage for that day. So I've got my 8 ounces here, it fits nicely. And to be careful with this seasonings, because this seasoning actually has calories in it, but it's like 5 calories for 1/4 a teaspoon. So I think I can handle 5 calories. So maybe I'm cheating a little bit, but I think it's worth it for some flavor and make me love my food. So besides this, I will also have a fruit. So this is a super filling meal. Most of my meals are at least 30 grams of protein. So I am ready to hit up the lake. I'll come home and have my beef and a green beans meal. I'm set.